Well, welcome everyone to our council meeting tonight. I especially want to welcome Aaron Bronner from the Perry Church of the Nazarene, who's come to bring our invocation. Thank you, Aaron.
Let's pray. Father, I just thank you for being here with us tonight. As we're just about to celebrate Christmas, we think of the fact that Jesus is our Emmanuel, God with us. You came in a unique way to be among us. And you're still among us because Jesus sent the Holy Spirit to dwell in our midst and in our hearts. And so, as the business of Perry, Michigan is conducted, Lord, we just pray that you would be in the midst of every heart, that you would be in the midst of the discussion, and that you would lead and guide everything that happens. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Amen. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas to you. I hope your
Merry
wife is
Christmas.
better soon.
Me too.
We'll wait just another couple of minutes till 7. 7 o'clock, by the clock on the wall. I call the meeting to order and ask you to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Shirley, would you take roll call, please?
Mayor Hammond.
Here.
Larry Lambert.
Here.
Mike Connell.
Here.
Bob Porter.
Here.
Mindy Galvey. Here. Kamal Ghazi. Kristen Babel.
Here.
Kamal Saxon.
Looking for approval of our agenda for tonight.
I move that we adopt the agenda as printed. Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion passes. And now reading and approval of the minutes of our November 20th meeting.
I move that we suspend the rules, waive the reading, and approve the minutes from the November 20th, 2025 regular meeting.
Second. We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Kristen. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. I'm not aware of any pre-approved reports for this evening. Shirley, are you?
No.
Okay. But we can move into public comment if there's anyone here for public comment tonight. Cindy,
Yeah.
you can step right up to the podium here if you would.
So I am Cindy Garber. I am the Commissioner for District 6, so I am your neighbor to the north. I came tonight to talk just for a couple minutes about the 911 board. I have sat on that board for at least 10 years. I am on that board as the elected member at large, which means any elected. So I started when I was on the Bennington Township board. And I will tell you that it is a struggle. It really is. We've had some years where staffing has been difficult, as you might imagine. It is everywhere. But we are fully staffed as best we can. We have a good group. And as you know, 24/7. That's Christmas Day, that's your daughter's birthday, it's whatever. And our dispatchers are there doing a great job. But what that means is we have to pay them. And so that cost continues to increase, our insurance increases, technology increases, everything increases in order to get that job done. So there was discussion about possibly raising the surcharge. At this point, it's discussion. And that has to be a discussion. It's been 10 years. That is not something the 911 board can impose, or the Board of Commissioners. That would be a vote of the people, countywide. So if it's not voted in, then it won't be raised. And if it is, then that possibility will be out there. So if you have any questions on that, please, you can call me, you can call the 911 office and speak to Lieutenant Angela Norling, and we'd be happy to answer any questions you have. Other than that, we do have a vehicle, brand new vehicle we bought with our opioid dollars. That's settlement dollars from a lawsuit drug companies, that kind of thing. So one of the things we identified was that transportation, especially in a rural area, can be very problematic. And so for people on our drug court, whether they're, out here in the Perry area, they could be Byron, Durand, wherever, if they have difficulty getting to, a counseling appointment, a appointment with a probation officer, or to do drug testing, we're gonna help them out with that. So we have a retired law enforcement officer that is gonna drive the vehicle, and then if we need to, we're gonna try to tap into court security. That's gonna raise our cost, but we don't wanna screw it up. So if we have an issue, it's a new program, that's not gonna be a great way to start it out, so that is gonna take, I guess I don't really know. We'll see what that's gonna take. And we're gonna try to work the kinks out of it. That money is earmarked and can only be used for addressing drug addiction concerns. So that will be starting next month. Other than that, we have Pleasant View expanding. I'm sure you've probably heard about that. 40 beds. We probably need a few more. Our wait list has been, for the past couple of years, around 50 people in county. Last month it was 63. And that's our in-county residents on that waiting list. So the 40 beds will be a good start, but might not be enough. So if you have any questions, I can answer them, or feel free to contact me.
Council, anyone have questions?
How do you promote or tell people that there's rides for these individuals that are?
Through the courts.
Okay, the court,
Yeah.
if they get sentenced or whatever, the court will say, oh, there's a ride,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, because it's one vehicle, it's a Ford Explorer. It's actually, we do a similar kind of thing at Veterans, so we're using that as a kind of a template. So we don't know yet. So the courts are gonna refer, we'll see, When I met with the court administrator, she was thinking that it might be about 200 rides a month. So
A month?
that's doable.
A month.
Yes, a month.
It's a lot.
It is. And we want to stick with the courts because these are people that we know are committed to their recovery, or they go to prison, so that's a pretty good incentive.
They should be committed to.
Right. So, we want to use the dollars in the best way possible with hopefully the best outcome.
Yeah.
So,
Well, thank you so much for
Thank
coming.
you.
yeah, thank
We
you.
appreciate that. Feel free to come back every month.
Okay.
Anyone else for public comment? Are you a young man?
I'm not sure, I've
Oh,
never attended a meeting
yeah,
before,
yeah.
I'm not quite
No,
sure.
you're on the agenda here.
Okay,
Later in
sorry.
the, you can come and talk though. Yeah.
Well, okay. So I'm the current owner of Divine Living Center of Perry. We used to be called Olive Branch before.
Oh, yes. Hello.
And
Nice to meet you.
The pleasure is mine. Thank you so much for letting me come and join the meeting today. The former owner, Mr. Davis, had done some construction remodeling. I think it was between 2019 and 2020. And there was some commercial tax exemption, which we were not informed of when we were purchasing the property, and I was informed by the township. And I have paperwork, I'm not sure how I
Yep.
proceed with this.
I don't want to interrupt you, but you're actually on the agenda
Okay.
for them to discuss it and possibly approve the transfer of that.
Okay,
Okay,
perfect.
yeah,
And
yeah.
I just wanted to share, nothing to do with this specific thing. We have approached the Medicaid waiver program, which is based out of Tallahassee County, they do not have any locations in Perry. We're waiting a final approval, and hopefully once we get that, we'll be able to serve a more broader community. Obviously, we currently serve clients who have the finances to afford assisted living, which is unfortunately the way the cost of everything is very high. I run the business, so I understand the barrier to entry is very high. Hopefully, we'll be able to help out those who are not as privileged to pay it out of pocket very soon, within the next month or two. So I just want to share that.
Thank you for speaking out. We appreciate that. And we'll have you stay, so if we have questions, we can ask you later.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Moving into communications then, Shirley?
Yes, I have an email that I'm gonna read that the mayor had received. Hi Sue, I am resigning my position of on Board of Review as of today, which was December 5th, as I could not attend the required recent training. I did check with Eileen, and they can conduct the December Board of Review next week with 2 people. I'm just far too busy. I appreciate having been allowed to be some service to our community. Best, Jennifer Porter. So,
So she's resigning from the
Board of Review.
Board of Review.
Mhm, yes.
Okay.
So she's doing that, and then the other communications, I'm just gonna, even though it's not the end of the month yet, I feel pretty good that we probably won't get any more zoning permits. So we have had 5 zoning permits over the past 3 months, October, November, December, and 2 new houses, 2 new housing permits. And then the building permits that we received have been a total of 29. I can go through all the, if you guys want to see what they consisted of, I can just pass this around and you can.
Over what amount of time was the 29?
3 months.
Okay,
Yep, same thing, October through
Okay.
December.
all right.
We might get a couple more building permits, electrical or something like that, but I can't.
So part of that 29 building permits could be a porch, a
Yeah,
fence?
so
Okay.
a deck, a solar panel, electrical,
Okay,
mechanical, plumbing, roofing.
just wanted to make sure we
Yeah.
understood.
Yep, this was just a random
Mhm.
29 building permits.
Yep.
The
Thank you
other,
for that.
yeah, the other thing I handed out was a text message that Mayor received from Justin Horvath regarding the item number 3 on the agenda for the Allen Edwin builders, and then just recycling news and Black Rock information. And I think that's it.
Is that it?
I think so.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to give a mayor report, if you will. It's not really a report, but a thank you. The Christmas Fantasy Saturday, even though it was -6 degrees, was enjoyed by all who attended. The temperature did keep our crowd down a little bit from previous years, but we, all in all, still had a very good attendance. The Santa Claus, the people that were helping Santa and handing things out, thought they maybe had 300, I think, children. So, maybe 200 families, some had 2, some had 1, some had 3. But I want to thank you especially to the people who made this possible, physically made it possible by organizing, putting out barriers, getting tables and chairs moved, putting up decorations. To our treasurer Megan, our clerk Shirley, to our DPW crew, to the police department, for emergency services, for use of the fire station, and they were very, the 2 or 3 of them that were there were very helpful. The local businesses who participated, the Perry High School Jazz Band and the choir who came to provide holiday music, and all the volunteers who helped in various areas. So thank you to everyone. Do we have any committee reports tonight? None? We'll move into our presentation and approval of the bills.
I move that we approve the bills as presented and that payment be authorized.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Under old business, we do have to revisit the American Tower request. At their request, the American Tower representative, when I let her know that we were not, as a council, interested in their previous proposal. Kim Kidder is the representative's name. Kim emailed me back, I think Shirley gave you copies of this email chain, and she says, please ask council to submit an offer they will accept if there is one. So, if there is an amount of money that you would accept to grant American Tower perpetual easement to the tower, I need to know what it is and have you authorize me to tell her that. If there's no amount of money that you would be willing to allow the perpetual easement for, then I will relay that. So whichever you'd like. Discussion, please.
Just a question for clarification, and I think we've got, our current contract is a 2% increase per year for the next, about 10 years?
Mhm, yeah.
And we're probably year 2 into that, so the next 8 years. something
Yeah, it
like
might
that.
be 3, but yes,
Okay.
in that ballpark. Yep. I shared with you before when we discussed this before, what I was told by people in the know. I think you probably all remember that information, but if you have any questions, feel free, I can look back and see if I have that answer for you. Other discussion?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw out a number for discussion's sake.
Yep.
I think the number ought to be no less than 650,000. That takes us out to, based on what Megan had calculated previously at the 2% per year, well beyond the 8 years that we've got left, assuming it will continue at 2%. That takes us out to about 2042, 2043. So that's 15 plus years.
And I think that's probably a reasonable number to settle at, but I wouldn't want us to start where we'd settle. And based on the conversation I had with the people in the know, I wouldn't be opposed to saying $1 million.
That's what I was thinking too.
Speak that right up, Kristen.
Yeah, well, I was going
Yeah.
to after,
Okay.
after we,
But of course, we need everybody's thought there. What do you think, Mike?
I think if they put up that amount of money, I'd be fine with it.
I thought, Bob?
I would offer that. I think Larry's right. The minimum, in my opinion, would be double what they offer. 650-ish, 660, somewhere in that range.
I'd be happier settling at 750, but
I might write a check for $1 million, you never know.
They might, they might, and truly, the information I shared with you before, I mean, there have been other towers that have gone higher than that. I don't know how many riders they have on that tower, I don't.
Right.
If they're not willing to put out a number first, I'm fine with putting out a million.
Yeah, well, she asked. Mindy, what do you think?
That'd be fine.
With,
See the million.
okay. Can I have somebody put that in the form of a motion to authorize me to respond with that $1 million?
I have a motion.
Oh, you have a motion in there? Bless your heart. Good job, Shirley. Looking for a motion.
I move that the city council authorize Mayor Hammond to contract American Tower, stating city council would entertain an offer of no less than $1 million for the perpetual easement.
Second.
So we have a motion from Kristen, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion passes. I will, if I get a response back from her before our next meeting, because we don't meet until the third Thursday of January, I'll just shoot an informational email and let you all know if they respond. If not, we'll wait. Thank you for that. Looking at our second item under old business, looking at a resolution that Shirley had Justin draft. Is that correct?
No.
Okay, you did it, good job. You are getting so wonderful at this. So Shirley has helped us out with a resolution to set a public hearing regarding the North Street closure, or abandonment, I guess is a better word. Any discussion on that? We have to have a public hearing before we can move ahead with the abandonment. And so this would be, the way this is dated, is our next meeting, and it would be during the meeting itself, the 15th of January.
And I have 2 send notices. So Justin said that I just had to send notices to like the adjoining properties, but when I talked to Rob about it, he felt more comfortable that I sent notices to everyone within 200 feet of the property, so.
In every direction.
In every direction, so that's what I'm gonna do.
Okay. Do you know yet how many that is?
It is. $39.
39. Okay. Any discussion in regard to this?
I move that we approve and accept the following resolution to set a public hearing regarding North Street. Resolution to set a public hearing, whereas whereas the Perry City Council does hereby deem it advisable to vacate North Street from West Lamb Street to the west of the Perry Lake subdivision and the Meadowdale addition to the city. Therefore, pursuant to the Perry City Charter, Section 8.1, the City of Perry does hereby resolve to set a public hearing to be held on 15th day of January 2026 at 7:15 p.m. at Perry City Hall to hear objections to such proposed action. The city clerk is directed to publish notice of such hearing at least 15 days prior to said hearing, and is further directed to give written notice by mail to all property owners to whom real property is assessed within 200 feet of the subject street proposed to be vacated.
Second.
Mindy? We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Mindy. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. So Shirley, you can go ahead and send those out. Our first item under new business is to accept the resignation from our ordinance enforcement officer. He resigned last month, but Shirley read his resignation, but we never accepted it. So we need to do that, and we also need to accept Mrs. Porter's resignation from the Board of Review. So looking for any discussion regarding that or motions that have been provided.
I move that we accept Ron Korzecki's resignation and thank him for the time he spent as ordinance enforcer. And also, I move that we accept Jennifer Porter's resignation and thank her for the time she has served.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, 2 motions from Mike, seconded by Larry for both motions. But let's vote on them one at a time. Let's vote on accepting Ron Korzecki's resignation first. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. All those in favor of accepting Jennifer Porter's resignation, please indicate by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Okay then, we will send out notes. And we have, next, under new business, appointments. And these are appointments for people whose positions, one, Maria Cuthbert, who is the library board, her term expires this month, the end of December. And then Larry Lambert's appointment to the Planning Commission expires January 1. And Mindy's term on the Planning Commission also expires at that same time. So I've talked individually with those people and they're willing to accept reappointment. So I'm looking for discussion or motions to accept those appointments.
I move that we accept the mayor's recommendation and reappointment of Maria Cuthbert to the library board with a term to expire January 1, 2027. Can we read them all or just want to vote on each one?
You can, sure.
I move that we accept the mayor's recommendation to reappoint Larry Lambert to the planning commission with the term expiring January 1, 2027. I move that we accept the mayor's recommendation and reappointment of Mindy Galvin to planning commission with a term to expire January 1, 2027.
Second.
We have 3 motions from Bob, all of which are seconded by Mike. Let's vote first on the reappointment of Maria Cuthbert to the library board. All those in favor of that reappointment, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Voting on the reappointment of Larry Lambert to the planning commission. All those in favor, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. And all those in favor of reappointment of Mindy Galvin to the planning commission, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you. Our number 3 under the new business, I did get a text from Justin Horvath, speaking on behalf of Alan Edwin Holmes, asking that we table further discussion or any decision in regard to the possible approval of the resolution for the TIF until the second meeting of January. Is there any discussion in regard to that?
I move that we table the discussion until the January 15th, 2026 council meeting.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Larry. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Number 4 under new business is the planning commission's recommendation regarding a rezoning. That rezoning is in regard to 128 East Orchard Street. We do have 2 representatives to the planning commission here. If anybody has questions as to the recommendation from the planning commission, which was to deny the rezoning request. I'll give you a few minutes to read through that if you would like to. Then if you have any questions, I think these 2 could answer them.
Is there a building or a house there now?
Yes.
Yeah, it's,
It's like a duplex?
basically, there's a 2-story home and a separate garage on the property currently. Bottom line is, when we looked at it, we actually, at the last planning commission meeting, had a gentleman had gone around the community, had over 20 signatures requesting the planning commission not approve the rezoning. They wanted to go, it's currently zoned for 2-family residential. They wanted it to be multifamily to allow for a 3rd apartment, basically turn the house upstairs into a separate apartment. And after having that, we looked at the, actually Mindy pointed out that in the master plan, we considered this to be legacy residential, and it basically indicated do not, strongly recommended to be in compliance with the future master plan to not allow the rezoning to occur. That, along with the fact that all of the rest of the properties around there are single-family residential, That happens to be the only one that currently had been previously zoned years ago to a two-family residential. So between the petition, the master plan conflict, and the fact that all the other places around there are single-family residential, we elected to recommend denying.
Sure, parking would be a problem too if they did it, so, okay, thank you.
Any further questions or discussion regarding that? Looking in for a motion.
I move that we accept the recommendation from the planning commission regarding the rezoning of 128 East Orchard Street. Whereas the city of Perry received an application submitted by Donald Grill, personal representative for Audrey L. Seltzer, requesting rezoning of the property located at 128 East Orchard, and whereas the applicant requested a change in zoning from RT residential two-family to RM residential multifamily, and whereas pursuant to law, due notice of public hearing on said request was properly given, and a public hearing was held by the planning commission on the first day of December 2025, during which all interested parties were given the opportunity to be heard. And whereas, after careful consideration, the Perry Planning Commission finds that the proposed rezoning is not in the best interest of the public and does not meet the standards for rezoning based on the following findings. 1, spot rezoning and concerns of neighboring residents. 2, rezoning would go against the vision of the city of Perry's master plan. Therefore, be it resolved by the City of Perry Council that the request to rezone the property from RT residential two-family to RM residential multifamily is hereby denied. 5, resolution.
Oh, no, that's the
Next
new
one.
one.
Whoops.
That's the next one.
Second.
Kept going.
You missed stop. Looking for a second to
I
that.
second.
We have a motion by Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay.
Usually count 1, 2, 5.
Motion passes.
Did I mess up?
No,
No.
so I usually count 1, 2, 5.
Thank you, Mike. Next, under new business, is the resolution concerning the commercial facilities exemption transfer and possible approval. And that is to transfer from Olive Branch to Divine Living Center or Divine Nest. I'm never sure what to call it.
It's Divine is doing business with Divine Living Center.
Oh, okay. I'll give you a few minutes to read through that if you've not had time. But it's basically because they have purchased the business and are running it as an assisted living, the same as it was before. It's just a resolution that approves the transfer of the commercial facilities exemption to them.
In lieu of taxes or something like that, it's called in there.
You
Payment.
receive a tax, some sort of break, right? I don't really know the whole ins and outs of it, but I just know that Eileen said that this needs to, if it gets
So
approved,
what I was informed is because of the renovation that was done there in the city, or I don't know who had offered them some kind of a tax incentive.
yes.
I think so, there are another, that tax incentive was for about 10 years, and there are another 3 or 4 years left of that incentive.
Yeah.
And
It-
this is
Yeah,
just
so it's not,
to transfer
It's-
that.
I remember.
they're
it's-
taxed, but it's.
They're taxed, but it's something,
Yeah.
It says
Doesn't
it's got
that
an acronym, and I can't remember what it is.
the resolution from 2000, there's been 3 of them. So the one in 2012 is accepting that, other property is, just trying to see exactly what it says, because I don't know what the public act is.
Public Act 255 of 1978.
You know,
But you said there's been 3.
there was, I included this in your packet, a resolution from 2012 where they were accepting, they approved to accept the application from Hart Pines, Olive Branch, Bob Davis. And then there was another one, and I think this is maybe when they built that new building, if they built that in 2017.
They built two new ones, yes.
So I think that this was for the second one, and now that they have sold, it's just the remaining amount of time that they had on their exemption.
I thought I read it.
Yep. And I'm not really sure what the exemption, what that all entails, but Eileen will send this information if it's approved to the state. They're actually kind of waiting for it, I think, because it wasn't, you didn't know about it.
We were not.
Right. Mhm.
Okay.
So sorry, I don't know if that's.
No, that's okay. I didn't see this packet, it's under my
It's not
next
changed
name.
anything.
Yeah, nothing, what's that?
It's not a change to
It is
No,
not.
it's not a
Just the
change,
owner,
it's
it's
just
all
just an
changed.
order, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Further discussion?
I move that we approve the following resolution regarding the transfer of a commercial facilities exemption certificate. Resolution to approve the transfer of a commercial facilities exemption certificate application, Public Act 255 of 1978 as amended. Resolution number 3, approving commercial facilities exemption certificate application to transfer the certificate from Hart Pines LLC/Olive Branch SAL to AVS Holdings LLC. Whereas Public Act 255 of 1978 under Public Act 198 of 1974 IFTs as amended provides the creation of commercial rehabilitation or commercial redevelopment districts and authorizes the granting of commercial facilities exemption certificates to provide property tax relief for qualifying commercial rehabilitation or development projects. And whereas a commercial facilities exemption certificate was previously approved on August 3rd, 2017 for the property located at 521 East First Street, Perry, Michigan, parcel 024-60-025-002, the property within the city of Perry for the purpose of Commercial Redevelopment Act, and whereas the current holder of the exemption, Hart Pines LLC/Olive Branch SAL, has requested that the exemption be transferred to AVS Holdings LLC Divine Nest of Perry 1 Inc. / Divine Nest of Perry 2 Inc. in accordance with the act, and whereas the proposed transferee intends to continue operation of the commercial facility in a manner consistent with the original exemption approval and remains in compliance with the program requirements, and whereas the governing body finds that the transfer of said certificate is in the best interest of the community and supports ongoing commercial investment and job retention. Whereas the transferee is not delinquent in the payment of any taxes related to the facility. Whereas AVS Holdings LLC intends on operating the facility in a good faith in a manner consistent with the purposes of the Commercial Redevelopment Act. Whereas this resolution does not restart, extend, or modify the original exemption term, and all original conditions imposed in 2017 shall carry forward herewith. Whereas the property remains with the established Commercial Redevelopment Act, District Number 1. Now therefore be it resolved that the City of Perry hereby approves the transfer of commercial facilities exemption from Hart Pines LLC/Olive Branch SAL to AVS Holdings LLC Divine Nest of Perry 1 Inc. Divine Nest of Perry 2 Inc. for the property located at 521 East First Street, Perry, Michigan, parcel 024-60-025-002. Be it further resolved that the clerk is hereby directed to forward a certified copy of this resolution along with all necessary documentation to the State of Michigan Department/Tax Commission for final approval.
We have a motion from Mike, looking for a second.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, second by Larry. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. So your request has been approved.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome. Thank you for coming tonight. It was nice to meet you.
That was mine.
You have a very nice facility.
Thank you.
Next on our agenda is the Schindler Elevator proposal. The clerk has provided some information to you in regard to that. It, in a nutshell, is requirements from the state of Michigan that need and require some changes to our elevator. So we could take the elevator out, which doesn't make much sense, or make the changes. Any discussion?
Sound like we're getting a break on it if we
Yes.
pay half now.
Right.
Yeah. So when I spoke to him, he said that we would receive a $3,000 discount if we approved it by December 31st. And when I got this first email December 4th, and I didn't look at it, I mean, I kind of looked at it, but I kind of thought it was a spam email. So I'm like, December 4th, December 31st, what? And they're asking for a lot of money. So then finally I just called him because his number was there, and he answered and he was legit. And he just basically told me it's a part that they're putting in that will know if the circuit is disrupted, I think it is. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So like if somebody goes in there with jumpers, which I think is where they stop it, right? They disrupt the circuit. If they forget to take those off, this will know not to move the cart. Right now, the elevator car. Right now, it would move if somebody left their jumpers on that, whatever that means. I'm not an elevator person. I have no idea what that means, but.
So if they were working on it, put their jumpers on there and then forgot
And
to
then
take them
leave.
off. Yeah.
Yep, the car will still move up and down, and it could not result in a good outcome. So, yeah, that's basically the deal.
So it's a safety thing.
Safety thing.
Yeah.
I did send him an email because John wanted to know like the life expectancy of our elevator and if there were gonna be any extra charges that we should plan on after we got the part. And he just said our elevator is almost 30 years old. It's in really good condition. If money wasn't limited, we could modernize it, and the DLM embedded controller would, I guess, be in the modernization. It would probably cost $150,000. So, I talked to Megan about it. We'll use the City Hall fund to pay for this. We'll put the furnaces for one of the floors or whatever the plan was off a year so we can pay for this. Because we need this.
Yeah.
Is this the company that services?
Yes. Yep, they do. And they do come out quite often. I would say probably, I think that we see them at least once a quarter. Maybe it's more, I just kind of lose track of how often we see them, but they do come out and they inspect it, look at it, tag it, saying they were here, everything's working properly, and then the state will just randomly show up and inspect it and make sure we have had all of our inspections.
If we delay it, the cost is just gonna go up besides.
Yeah.
And we're gonna get into a bind potentially that won't get done in time.
Yeah, and if it doesn't get done in time, then they start fining, so.
Well, and if it's not done, we can't rent the upstairs, you know, so it's all a domino effect.
Exactly. I move they approve the quote from Schindler Elevator, the amount not to exceed $23,734. We authorize the clerk, Shirley Smith, to sign and schedule the repair.
Second.
We have a motion from Larry, seconded by Mindy. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you. Moving right into the upstairs rental.
So with that being said,
Yeah, with that being said, we haven't raised these rates in, I don't know how long.
I think once since I've been here.
Yeah, once since you've been here, how long?
For almost 10 years.
Yeah, so. This is proposal to raise the rates for renting the upstairs, but also the comparison to the other rates that we charge for a rental of our other areas is included in your packet, the parks and the pavilion. If whoever reads this, if we do decide to approve it, please read through the room, community room fees, if you would.
And if you have any questions, I can answer.
Yeah, if there's any questions, further discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Shirley's always been very involved in this rental process, so she's a good source.
I move that we accept and approve the following resolution. Resolution to amend rental rates and fee schedule. Resolved that the city of Perry establish the following fees and security deposits effective for all new reservations using city facilities effective January 1st, 2026. Community room fees. Weddings for a city resident taxpayer, $250. Non-resident, $350. Security deposit would be $150 with an additional $50 if serving alcohol. Standard rentals would be $125 for city residents, $225 for non-residents, and then again, $150 for the security deposit, plus $50 if serving alcohol. The day before decorating, be $50 for a resident, $50 for non-resident, and no security deposit. Funeral dinners would be $75 for a resident, $75 non-resident, no security deposit. Cancellation fee, deposit is forfeited if cancellation is within 10 days of the event. Regular seasonal will be to be determined at the time of rental. Council chamber, fees for that, city residents are $100, non-residents $100 with the $100 security deposit. Park usage fees are $50 for a city resident, $100 for a non-resident with a $100 security deposit. Therefore, the city of Perry fee schedule is amended to reflect the rates above effective January 1st, 2026.
Second.
We have a motion from Mike, seconded by Bob. All those in favor of that motion, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion passes. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Is there any other business to come before council at this time? Council, do you have any observations or discussions you'd like to hold at this time? Any further public comment from anyone? Agenda items for our next meeting, which, as a reminder, is the third Thursday of January. We're not meeting on January 1, because we'll all be watching parades and football. One of us will probably be at Ford Field, is that right?
Nope.
No, okay.
You're thinking Christmas.
You're right, I am thinking of the wrong day.
That's okay.
My athletic weakness is showing. Anyone else? Anything for the agenda?
So we're gonna have a public hearing.
Yes, there'll be a public hearing.
Possible approval of a resolution. We will, the Allen Edwin,
The Edwin Allen,
Allen, yeah.
whatever it is.
Mhm. And then, the, what's the other thing?
I think that's it. Well, we
Oh,
can
no,
always
the
add.
American Tower.
Oh, that's right, if there's feedback from American Tower, yep.
Is the Allen Edwin planning on being at our next meeting?
I believe they are, and that's where they wanted
Wanted
to
to
table
delay
it.
a little bit.
And I did ask Justin to please have them limit their presentation to 15 minutes. And he said he would relay that. They presented everything but the kitchen sink last time. It was a little long.
With rose-colored glass, oh, I didn't say that, did I?
Did I say that out loud? All things being covered, this meeting's adjourned at 7:50.